As we step into this new year, Mother Nature has written something truly remarkable in the winter sky that's about to unfold across America. What if I told you that January 2026 is destined to deliver the most incredible pattern reversal that will awaken winter in places where it's been sleeping all season? In the next 60 seconds, I'll reveal the exact date when this magical transformation begins, and at the 8-minute mark, I'll show you which cities could see their first snow of the season. But here's what will truly amaze you. At exactly 12 minutes into this forecast, I'll share the cosmic forces aligning to make this the January that winter lovers have been praying for. Right now, while many are wondering where winter has gone, the atmosphere is quietly orchestrating the most beautiful comeback story of the entire season. Welcome to what could be the most hopeful winter forecast you'll hear all year as we track the miraculous return of snow to America's heartland and beyond. Happy Friday, January 2nd, and I'm about to take you on an incredible journey through a weather roller coaster that's going to change everything for winter enthusiasts. Here's your first reward for staying with me. The European ensemble models are painting the most encouraging picture we've seen since Thanksgiving. I'm looking at brand new data hot off the press that shows swaths of snow developing across the Midwest, and honestly, it's giving me goosebumps. The pattern we're tracking involves a magnificent flip that will bring warmth first, then deliver the winter magic that's been hiding just beyond our reach. Think of this month as nature's perfect symphony, where the opening movement is gentle and warm, building to a crescendo that will leave winter lovers everywhere absolutely thrilled. Right now, active weather is painting its masterpiece across our continent, with the jet stream taking a graceful dip that sets the stage for transformation. Our polar jet stream is locked into place while the subtropical jet adds its own energy, creating the perfect atmospheric dance we need. Tonight brings us thunderstorms across Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, and Mississippi, reminding us that every weather pattern serves its divine purpose. This evening's severe weather in the south is actually the atmospheric engine that will help fuel our upcoming winter transformation. Up in Nebraska, winter weather is slowly losing steam tonight, but don't worry, this is all part of the bigger, more beautiful plan unfolding. Lake effect snow continues its faithful work in the Northeast, like a promise that true winter is still very much alive and waiting. As we wake up tomorrow morning on Saturday, the first weekend of 2026, expect rainy conditions across South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. Saturday brings us a slight risk of severe weather in the Deep South, which isn't uncommon for January, but adds excitement to our atmospheric story. The warm front moving through creates a perfect setup for strong, straight-line winds and maybe a couple of isolated tornadoes in southern Georgia. Cities like Tallahassee, Valdosta, and Brunswick need to watch for weak tornadoes and gusty winds during Saturday's active weather. By Saturday afternoon, rain spreads into Raleigh, Charlotte, and Myrtle Beach as this energetic system moves through the Carolinas. Watch for a secondary squall line developing across southern Georgia Saturday afternoon, bringing more strong winds and quick spin-ups. As this low-pressure system moves out to sea, something magical happens when it gets a boost from our polar jet stream. Snow showers try to develop across New England, reaching as far south and east as Philadelphia, New York, Boston, and Cape Cod. These festive flakes on Saturday night and Sunday morning are like nature's gentle reminder that winter is still very much with us. Sunday into Monday brings us a little clipper system that will be more significant for Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan before weakening eastward. But here comes the plot twist that makes this forecast absolutely fascinating. After this clipper, a warm-up arrives before our magical transformation. The upper-level pattern shows this flip beautifully, with current troughing over the eastern United States keeping New England cold and snowy. I've been getting messages from folks down south wondering where winter has been, and the answer is simple. It's been visiting Michigan and New England. The northern states have enjoyed a proper cold and snowy winter, while the south has experienced spring-like conditions. But that's about to change. Picture our current pattern as a temporary guest that's been staying too long, but eviction notice has been served and moving day is approaching. The warm-up phase begins around January 5th and continues through approximately January 10th, bringing spring-like temperatures to many areas. During this warm period, storm tracks become boring, with big ridges of high pressure squashing the rising motion we need for active weather. Cities like Atlanta, Charlotte, Nashville, and Birmingham could see temperatures reach the 60s and 70s during this remarkable warm spell. But here's what you need to understand about this warmth. It's not permanent. It's simply the atmospheric reset we need for what comes next. Around January 9th or 10th, we begin watching for the pattern to shift as we try to get rid of that warmth and bring cold air back. This transition could trigger storm systems and set up shop for another active period, potentially as we approach January 15th. The cosmic timing of this change is absolutely perfect, occurring right in the heart of January when winter weather becomes most reliable. By the middle of the month, a big trough drops out west while ridging builds in the east, creating the instability we need for major changes. This atmospheric instability in the central part of our country could develop a pretty significant mid-latitude cyclone that begins dragging cold air eastward. The most beautiful part of this forecast is the consistency models are showing for the timing, right around January 15th, plus or minus a couple of days. Let's call it January 13th through 17th as our window when ridging switches, warmth spikes back into Alaska, and everything changes. The ridge developing over Greenland will dislodge the jet stream to dip back south over the eastern United States, creating our winter wonderland. While this pattern may not bring Arctic cold, it brings something even better, a more active track favorable for winter weather. Remember, this is mid-January, so we don't need a major cold air outbreak to get winter weather. It's all about the storm track. The storm track we're forecasting is relatively favorable, and here's why. The PNA and NAO are finally aligning in a better way. For winter weather lovers in the eastern United States, you need a positive PNA. And we haven't seen one since late November. We went basically all of December with a negative PNA, which kept winter weather stuck up north instead of spreading south. But as we approach mid-January, the PNA is forecast to flip positive. And this is where the magic truly begins to happen. A positive PNA means warmer weather out west and colder, more active weather in the east. Exactly what winter enthusiasts have been hoping for. The NAO is also expected to trend negative, which helps lock cold air into eastern North America instead of letting it escape to Greenland. When both the PNA and NAO align properly, it creates the perfect atmospheric setup for sustained winter weather across populated areas. This teleconnection alignment is like having all the cosmic tumblers fall into place, unlocking winter's full potential across America's heartland. The European ensemble models are already hinting at this beautiful transformation with storm systems developing more favorable tracks. Instead of storms cutting north and missing populated areas, we start seeing Miller A-type tracks that bring snow to major metropolitan areas. Cities like Chicago, Indianapolis, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston could finally see their winter weather dreams come true. The Miller A-track is winter weather gold because storms can tap into Gulf moisture while maintaining cold air, creating perfect snowmaking conditions. Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland, and Buffalo are positioned perfectly to benefit from both storm snow and lake effect enhancement during this pattern. Even cities further south like Nashville, Louisville, Cincinnati, and St. Louis could see their first meaningful snow chances of the season. The European ensemble snowfall probability shows this progression beautifully, starting with that Sunday-Monday Clipper system. After the Clipper comes another small system Thursday, probably more of an interior northeast event. Then things get quiet before the magic. But notice how systems start emerging from the Rockies with swaths of snow through the central country and up into the Midwest. The next storm gets a little further east, closer to the northeast, showing the progressive improvement in our storm tracks. The models even show snow chances extending down into West Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, as the pattern becomes more winter-friendly. Toward the middle of the month, we start returning snow chances further east and further south than we've seen all season. While the signal isn't huge yet, it's an incredibly encouraging sign that we could finally get a more favorable track for winter weather. Atlanta's winter drought could potentially end if storm tracks shift far enough south to bring the city its first snow of the season. Charlotte, Raleigh, Richmond, and Washington, D.C. all have increasing chances of seeing significant snow as this pattern develops. The temperature requirements for snow become much easier to meet in mid-January, when 32 degrees isn't that hard to come by. Birmingham, Montgomery, Jackson, and Little Rock could experience rare winter weather if storm tracks align perfectly with available cold air. Dallas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Kansas City are positioned to benefit significantly from this more winter-friendly pattern. The Plains states from Texas through Nebraska could see their most active winter weather period of the entire season. Denver, Colorado Springs, and the Front Range have potential for multiple snow events as storm systems track through more regularly. Ski resorts across Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico could see consistent snowfall that transforms conditions for winter recreation. The economic impact of this pattern change could be substantial for winter tourism and recreation industries that have struggled this season. Snow removal industries from the Plains through the Great Lakes and Northeast should prepare for potentially their busiest period of winter. Energy demand will likely increase significantly as colder air becomes established across larger portions of the country. Transportation systems across the snow belt should begin preparing for the possibility of multiple winter weather events. Agricultural interests will welcome the return of normal winter conditions after an unusually mild start to the cold season. The psychological impact on winter lovers cannot be understated, as hope returns for the snow-filled January many have been dreaming of. Social media engagement around winter weather typically spikes dramatically when snow chances return to major metropolitan areas. Winter festivals and outdoor recreation activities that have been postponed could finally proceed with proper snow cover. The return of winter weather brings communities together through shared experiences of snow days, sledding, and winter wonderland beauty. This pattern change represents more than just weather. It's the fulfillment of winter's promise to those who have waited patiently. The timing couldn't be more perfect, occurring during the heart of winter when snow has the greatest impact on our daily lives. Children who have been hoping for snow days will finally have their wishes granted as this winter-friendly pattern establishes itself. Parents can start planning winter activities and outdoor fun as reliable snow cover becomes available across broader areas. The beauty of fresh snow transforming familiar landscapes into winter wonderlands is something that touches the soul of every winter lover. This forecast represents hope, patience rewarded, and the divine timing of nature's most beautiful seasonal transformation. Weather enthusiasts who have endured criticism for predicting winter's return will finally be vindicated by this pattern change. The scientific beauty of atmospheric teleconnections aligning perfectly demonstrates the intricate design of our weather systems. Every weather pattern serves its purpose, and this mild start to winter was necessary preparation for the glory that's about to unfold. The contrast between the warm-up and the subsequent cooling will make the arrival of winter weather even more dramatic and appreciated. International weather patterns are aligning in ways that support sustained winter conditions across North America's populated regions. The jet stream configuration becomes ideal for storm development and cold air transport, creating perfect winter weather recipes. Historical analogs suggest that when this type of pattern develops in mid-January, it often persists through February. This could be the beginning of an extended winter season that makes up for the mild and disappointing start we experienced. The atmospheric momentum building toward this pattern change feels unstoppable, like a train gathering speed toward its destination. Model consistency in showing this pattern flip gives meteorologists confidence that significant changes are indeed coming. The European, American, and Canadian models are all showing similar signals for this mid-January transformation. Ensemble forecasting gives us higher confidence than usual for this time range, as multiple model runs show similar solutions. The persistence of these signals across multiple forecast cycles suggests this isn't just a temporary model glitch. Professional meteorologists who have been cautious about predicting winter's return are beginning to express optimism. The National Weather Service's Climate Prediction Center may need to adjust their monthly outlooks as this pattern becomes clearer. Emergency management agencies should begin preparing for the possibility of multiple winter weather events affecting major population centers. The timing of this pattern change means most areas will have adequate warning to prepare for winter weather conditions. Road crews, salt suppliers, and snow removal equipment operators should ensure everything is ready for sustained winter weather operations. Heating fuel suppliers may see increased demand as colder air becomes established across larger portions of the country. The insurance industry will monitor this pattern closely, as winter weather events can create significant claim spikes. Utility companies should prepare for potential power outages from ice storms and heavy snow loading on power lines. Here's what I promised to share at exactly 12 minutes. This pattern change represents the answer to millions of winter prayers. The cosmic forces aligning include solar patterns, ocean temperatures, and atmospheric waves, all working together in perfect harmony. When the universe decides it's time for winter to return, all these massive forces coordinate like a symphony orchestra. The patience required to wait for this pattern has been a test of faith for winter enthusiasts, but their devotion is about to be rewarded. This transformation feels divinely timed, occurring when winter lovers needed hope most after such a disappointing start to the season. The meteorological community has learned valuable lessons about the complexity and beauty of long-range pattern prediction. Climate variability ensures that no two winters are identical, and this season's late start makes its eventual arrival even more special. The educational value of this forecast teaches us about patience, persistence, and the importance of understanding larger atmospheric patterns. Young meteorologists studying this pattern will learn how teleconnections and jet stream dynamics create these major atmospheric shifts. The beauty of weather prediction lies not just in accuracy, but in understanding the elegant complexity of our atmospheric system. This forecast demonstrates why meteorology remains one of the most challenging and rewarding scientific disciplines. The human element in weather forecasting becomes crucial when interpreting complex pattern changes like this mid-January transformation. Computer models provide the data, but experienced meteorologists provide the insight and context that make forecasts meaningful. This forecast represents the perfect blend of cutting-edge technology and traditional meteorological wisdom. The collaboration between global weather agencies ensures that pattern recognition reaches its highest potential accuracy. International data sharing makes forecasts like this possible, demonstrating how cooperation advances scientific understanding. The democratization of weather information allows everyone to participate in the excitement of major pattern changes. Social media enables real-time sharing of weather observations that help validate and refine our understanding of developing patterns. The weather community's passion for winter weather creates a supportive network of enthusiasts who celebrate these forecast victories together. This forecast will likely be remembered as a turning point in the 2025 to 2026 winter season when everything finally clicked into place. The story of this winter teaches us that good things come to those who wait, and winter's arrival will be worth the patient anticipation. As we approach this magical transformation, remember to prepare not just practically, but emotionally for winter's triumphant return. The joy that comes from seeing the first snowflakes of this pattern change will be magnified by the long wait that preceded it. Winter lovers should start planning their snow day activities because after this long drought, there will be much celebrating to do. The return of winter weather brings with it all the traditions and memories that make this season special for millions of people. From snowman building to sledding hills, from cozy fireplaces to snow angel making, winter's full magic is about to return. This forecast represents more than just weather prediction. It's about hope, faith, and the promise that nature keeps its commitments. The scientific accuracy of this forecast will be measured not just in snowfall amounts, but in the joy it brings to winter enthusiasts everywhere. As we conclude this incredible journey through January's weather destiny, remember that patience and faith in nature's timing are always rewarded. The atmospheric symphony is about to reach its crescendo, and winter lovers everywhere are invited to join this celestial celebration. Thank you for joining me on this hopeful exploration of winter's return, and may this forecast bring you the snow-filled January you've been dreaming of. Stay tuned for updates as this pattern develops, because the most beautiful part of this winter story is just beginning to unfold. Until next time, keep believing in winter's promise, stay safe, and prepare your hearts for the magical transformation that's coming our way.